Hello, good evening, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I want to talk about VR headsets and what is the state of VR in 2023. Now I want to reference this article that I come across on Tech Radar. It was emailed out to me and I went onto their website, and their article is basically saying what are the best VR headsets in 2023. Well, a lot of these articles, in my opinion, are cherry-picked products that you just want you to click on affiliate links and buy the stuff. But this review, I've got to say, is very, very fair, and I do agree with a lot of it. And I just wanted to talk about some of the VR headsets here, and maybe what's coming in the future, probably the latter end of 2023. Because a lot of my channel is based off high-end PC and high-end VR. I will come to that in a bit, but let's just start out that they're saying in their article that they believe the number one headset in 2023 is the Valve Index. Now I've got to be honest, I agree totally with that statement, and a lot of you out there may be thinking, well, the Valve Index has been around for a while now, it's older tech, but to be honest, the Valve Index was ahead of its time, and it's a shame it didn't have a higher resolution display, because I think, although it is classed as the number one PC VR headset, it would have held the crown for much longer. When I bought my HP Reverb G2, I was erring on the Valve Index, and the only reason I didn't go for the Valve Index and its ecosystem was that the resolution of the screens in the HP Reverb G2 was a lot higher. But in having and using the HP Reverb G2, I think for my overall PC gaming experience, I would have been better in some respects with the Valve Index. So as I said, the Valve Index was ahead of its time. It has a very wild field of view. It's 120 Hz it can be used at. It's got exemplary tracking with its laser lighthouse stations. It's got the Valve Knuckles controllers that's got individual finger tracking. If you are a PC VR gamer, this headset covers you for everything. Want to play games where you got to put your hands behind your head or behind your back, you're covered. As long as you've got 2 or more lighthouses, it tracks you from anywhere. The lighthouses are a pretty static setup. They can be difficult to set up, but once you've set them up, the tracking, nothing really comes near the tracking of the Valve Index. But it is showing its age, and there have been many more than rumours, there have been hard patented facts as released by, sadly it's Bradley, of Valve developing a new headset. We don't quite know what it's going to be yet, but there is something in the works. So for people who are looking to get into VR, maybe the Valve, my personal thoughts are the Valve Index, although it is the best all-round PC VR headset, it's not the time to invest in one. Very, very good headset, and really, in hindsight, would I have been better off with that? Probably, because ever since I've had the HP Reverb G2, it covers me for simulation games, but I miss playing other VR games, controller VR games. We'll come to that. But one downside of the Valve Index is its high cost, and you can't really take it anywhere. Once you've got it set up, it's a static setup. So moving on, they've got the Meta Quest 2 as the number 2 spot in VR. And I've got to be honest, the Meta Quest, Oculus Quest as it used to be called, I agree, it is the most accessible VR headset out there. It can be used as a standalone unit, it can be tethered with a link cable to a PC. It's got a large library of games that you can access. You can also access the games on Steam. The tracking for this headset is bloody good. It is very, very good. Now, what attracts a lot of people to this headset is it's a standalone headset. You don't need a PC to use it. You can pop it in your bag, you can take it anywhere, you can use it untethered. But to get the best, I'm not talking standalone here, I'm talking connecting it to a PC. You've got to get a really good link cable, high data transfer rate, and you need a very, very good graphics card to go with it, because you lose some fidelity and clarity in the image using the link cable. But this is a very, very good VR headset, and as you can see there, it's a bit more expensive than other Meta devices or Oculus devices used to be, but at £300 it is a complete entry into VR. And if you are moving into VR for your very first time, it's a headset I could recommend. Now, the Meta Quest 3 is rumoured to be coming out later this year, so once again, would I be recommending you to go out, rush out, buy a Quest 2 at the moment? Probably not. But if you want VR and you want it right now, that is a very, very good headset to start with. And not only that, something that Meta and both Valve/the Steam headsets offer is a very good software mirror. If you're a content creator, when you're playing games in VR, you want to share that with your audience, and both Steam and Meta offer a fantastic VR mirror. Meta offers a few more tools, and I always had a very good experience with Oculus/Meta and their VR mirror. Moving on, obviously PSVR 2. Now, they've thrown this in at the number 3 spot because this is hot right now. It's just released for the PS5, PSVR 2. This is the headset that all future PC VR headsets need to aspire to take that, well, not to copy it, but to take what's on offer and put that into a PC VR headset. Now, obviously, for PC gamers, this headset is useless. In its current state, you can't use it with a PC. It's never been designed to do that. It's exclusively meant for the PS5 console. Now, the reason everyone's raving about the PSVR 2 one, £529. Console gamers probably feel they've been hard done by. Why such a high price? But as VR headsets go, what you're getting in that is an absolute bargain. And all future PC VR headsets need to take a look at the PSVR 2 and adapt as a bare minimum everything that it's packed into that for $529. For £529 or $549. Now, the PSVR 2 has got a really good head strap, and it's very comfortable, it's very adjustable, its design has been really thought through well. The controllers have got adaptive triggers, they've got, you know, feeling and force feedback through it. The head strap got like a rumble pack in it that links in with the VR ecosystem. Again, it's inside out tracking, not perfect, but still good. Probably not as good as the Quest 2, not far away. It's also got automatic IPD settings. It tracks that automatically, and it's also got foveated rendering that only renders the area that you're looking at in high detail. This obviously helps to lower the overhead of, you know, rendering the whole display in VR. Now, I haven't personally used it, but when you're in the headset, you can't even notice it. As a viewer watching on a screen of videos I've watched, you can pick out where someone's looking, because the rest of the areas are a slightly lower definition than where the good sweet spot is. but that doesn't matter because when you're in it, it works. There have been some downsides to it. Brightness can cause ghosting and moving an image. Maybe turn the brightness down would resolve it, but this is the 2023 yardstick. This is what PC VR has to be looking at, and the features in this headset need to be a bare minimum of the brand new PC VR headsets. That does come with Fresnel lenses, the older lenses like what's in my HP Reverb G2. It's not the pancake lenses, they're a lot clearer. Moving on, we've got the HTC Vive Pro. Now they're marketing this as the best high resolution VR headset. Now, I don't actually agree with this because I don't know whether that's the actual price now. £1,300 for this headset. Personally, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. It reminds me of the old Vive, HTC Vive headset. The strap and everything that's there. I've used a similar system, a wireless Vive. I never liked the wand controllers. They're just old and clunky. I never ever got on with them. As controllers, it's not my cup of tea. I don't know if you can mix the index controllers with this, not sure. The knuckles controllers, maybe you could swap them over. It uses the Lighthouse Station, that ecosystem, but I think all this headset's got going for it is the resolution. It's got wide field of view. It is 120 Hz, I think, but I would not be spending your money on this. If you've got £1,300 or $1,400 to lay down on this, there are other VR headsets out there that I think would do a better job than this. And it is cheaper than the Vario Aero, but Vario Aero is the highest resolution, best looking PC VR headset you can currently buy, but the price of that sort of puts it out the realm of average people. So I don't quite agree with that. Moving on, we've got the MetaQuest Pro. Now they're saying here this is the best headset for comfort. Well, I've never used it, I've never tried it. I know reviews on this have been quite mixed. They say it's comfortable for long sessions there, impressive performance, sleek controller design. Battery life in the controllers aren't good, and it is expensive at £1,000. I mean, I don't know. Never used it, not sure about it. Wouldn't buy it. Absolutely would not buy it. Now, at number 6, they put the HP Reverb G2. This is the VR headset that I'm currently using on the channel. Now, it says the best affordable VR headset for PC. And for me, this headset was an absolute bargain. I bought it at its offer price of £500 and something. I got a refund from HP because of the delay it took to get the headsets out. I think it was promised in October, November time. I think was it after Christmas or near Christmas I actually got my headset, can't remember. Now, the resolution on this headset, very good. This is very good. Inside out tracking, it's easy to set up. The version 1 of the headset that I had issues with the X570 motherboards from AMD. That was rectified by HP sending me out a version 2 cable free of charge. Had to send them the old one back. I've got a video about this on my channel. There was delays in cables. The one they sent me out was actually used, and the cable looked like it'd been dragged along the floor. It had frayed, and it was exposing some of the metal or foil shielding inside. I complained because over time that could cause a failure or a fault. So again, they sent me another cable out after I sent that one back, but they replaced it free of charge. This has been the bargain headset of the century. I'm happy with it. It's got the audio from the Valve Index. It's very light. It's easy to wear. There was a few disappointments with this headset, and I'm not going to lie. I've never actually done a further review on my HP Reverb G2, and there are a couple of reasons why, and I'm going to explain that now. The tracking is not bad, but it's certainly not the best. It's affected by the light. If you're playing in a room and you're playing in the day, and as it gets dark, because you're in VR, you're cut off from the real world. As the light drops, the tracking goes. That can be rectified by putting lights on, but like I say, if you hit that transition time, you'll notice the tracking will go off. The controllers are a bit cumbersome. If you're overlaying in like shooting games, they hit each other. The inside-out tracking is good until you could put the controller somewhere out the view of the cameras. Now, it can go a bit flunky. You can have a controller fly off all over the place. Again, going behind your head, you lose tracking. But that goes with a lot of systems with inside-out tracking. It's very easy to set up, very easy to use. Every now and again, it plays up. Says that it can't detect the headset. You have to unplug the powered USB hub adapter that's built into the cable, plug it back in, seems to resolve it. For simulation games, you know, flying, racing in VR, other simulate truck driving, stuff like that, this is a brilliant headset. You don't need to use the controllers. The just tracking of the headset alone, fantastic. You do need a fairly high-end PC to run it because it's a 4K headset. Now, the downsides, if you're a content creator like myself and we share VR videos on YouTube, the VR mirror and the Windows Mixed Reality software is terrible. It's, well, I'm just going to say it's crap. It really is. The Windows Mixed Reality home environment's never been updated since I've had it. It's a 4K VR headset with a 1080p mirror. Now, for a lot of people who view content in 1080p, this is not going to bother you. I'm not a screen snob or 4Kist, but, and I'm not knocking any other YouTuber that puts out content at 1080p, but when you've got a 4K display, or you're used to 4K, 1080p doesn't look the best. So, if I've got a 4K VR headset, I want to be sharing 4K VR mirrors with my users, with my subscribers. The Windows Mixed Reality mirror doesn't give me the opportunity to do that. I have to do it through Steam. Now, because this uses OpenXR and Windows Mixed Reality, it doesn't perfectly work with all software. All software doesn't provide the mirror through Steam. And I can give an example, Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I really want to be bringing more VR content from Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I'm not going to do it in a 1080p mirror. I found other ways to sort of get over it, but there's still not a solution for this headset. When I first got the HP Reverb G2, it was so difficult to create content with it as versus Oculus / Meta. It just made and still makes life difficult. It's a very capable headset, but even HP has now dipped out the market. From the Reverb G1 to the Reverb G2, there wasn't much of an improvement, really, the audio and the screen, but there's been no other innovation. And I personally think with the VR headsets that are coming in the future, this isn't going to age well. It's a bargain of a headset, but in the future, it's, in my opinion, it's not going to age well. So where are we going in the future? If you want the highest end VR headset at the minute, for like the average person, I'd say it's difficult to pick because there's there is no all-round solution apart from the Valve Index, but its lower resolution these days lets it down. There are meant to be newer headsets coming from Meta, the Quest 3, which is meant to be a high-end standalone VR headset. We need more details about that. There is also the replacement for the Valve Index. That is what's got me buzzing about VR, hoping about VR, because I think Valve are going to put a new VR headset on the market that's going to be wireless, it's going to be standalone, but it's also going to link to your PC. Now it might come in various iterations, that sort of modular, you can sort of pick and choose how you want the headset to be. That's a possibility. I think we got to wait towards the late end of summer, and I think we'll have more idea. But personally, I could be putting all my eggs in one basket and complete waste my time, but my money is on Valve. I'm not investing in a new VR headset until I know what Valve is bringing to the table. Right then, with that, I'm going to end the video here. Please do give it a thumbs up. Please do comment down below on your thoughts of what the new VR headsets could be, what's going to be on offer, and do you think I'm doing the right thing in waiting for a new headset? And then one of the other reasons why I'm waiting is because I want to build a new PC around the latest VR to give me and you, the subscribers, the best VR experience money can buy. That's my plan. That is my plan. Anyway, let's end this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. By subscribing, you're going to make us grow. You're going to make me appear more in YouTube's algorithms. Thank you for watching. See you next one. Peace out.